Eeny, meeny, mighty, mo. Well, looks like we're gonna go burn some gas in a 19. And of course, we can't forget our drain plug. Just a little clue for some of you guys. I got this big safety pin put on my keychain here, and whenever that comes off, it gets stuck on the keychain. That way, if you got the keys to the boat and you got the plug, there's something wrong if you're going ahead and putting it in the water. So, just a little clue from me to you. But I need to get this guy off. And I'll get you in. I like them tight. This boat don't leak. I mean, it don't leak. Wherever water's in it was in it before it left for the water. Alright, let's stick you in there. Of course, we're going to take our GPS and all that good stuff. But like I said, this boat amazes me. I mean, it does not leak. Never. And should be knocking on some wood here, but there's only fiberglass present, so. But yeah, she's a tight girl. I mean, even this one has to leak because it's got the prop shaft, you know. It actually has to drip or the packing will burn up. And that one over there is kind of the same thing. I mean, it's got a kind of a specialized prop shaft seal on it, but it's still. As for the Donzi, I can't speak for it yet. And the John boat leaks like a sieve. I'll see if I can dig up a picture right here and show you how bad it was. It was pretty terrible. And apparently they had a battery that sat in it, and then it filled up with salt water and aluminum, and it corroded like a big dog. So we sealed the bottom with some, what is that, RV roof stuff, and it's like a rubber kind of compound. We did it about 8 or 10 years ago, and it came out well. But enough of the green pearl over there, the crab killer. It's time to get this guy and go down and scare some fish. You know, I'm almost feeling a little guilty here because it's real late in the season, and I probably could have sat in the basement and did some photo editing or some video editing and, you know, fulfilled my whole day. But I know time is running short. I mean, as I said, we're late in the season. Yesterday's high was in the mid 60s. Just happened to have a nice day today, and if I waste it by sitting in the basement, and then 6 months from now, when it's 13 degrees out, or could be 6 weeks from now, from the way the weather works anymore, and it's 3 degrees outside and snow's on the ground, I'm going to be kicking myself thinking of all those days I missed. But the good thing about it is we actually caught up on pretty much everything. I mean, I do have some major projects ahead, but it's more than likely they'll end up being next spring. But we did catch up. You know, we got everything up and running, and everything's, you know, running at top. I mean, the race boat in the last video there, a couple videos ago, whatever it was. Yeah, she's back to being the race boat. The 19, of course, is always a 19. Donzi runs and seems to be working fine, and Beesmeyer is always the Beesmeyer. So, you know, we just prepared for next spring, but at the same time, it's going to be a long, cold winter, and we're going to be sad. And so we need to take advantage of every opportunity we get now to go out and burn some petrol, and that's where we're going. still don't even know where I'm going. But I do need to get my GPS hooked up, and maybe I'll think about it from there. Guess we don't really have to go anywhere, do we? Shark's a harbor torque. That guy was a real ditchbag. Hello, freedom. Doesn't always stand by to go to. I gotta tell you though, that guy in that boat was a ditch bag. He should have went behind me, not in front of me. And then he was only doing like 5 knots. I mean, that's like stupid. He's on his way back this way. I may actually tell him so too. But right now, I need to change a battery. Jackass is right behind me now. I was going to take you all up further, but I don't think this is the right way to go right now. We got a bunch of rain and there's all kinds of sticks and trash and shit floating up here from the city. But yeah, I'd just be risking more hull damage than I've already taken 2 sticks right to it. So, but out there was fine, so I think I'm going to head back that way and maybe go a little further than that. So hold on a second. Yeah, and Mr. Big Yacht there with his radar dish and everything else just kind of pulled up behind us, checked out the boat, never waved, never said sorry, nothing. I'm telling you, when you're out here, it's defensive driving 101. When you get close, don't be afraid to pull back on the throttle and come to a stop. Let them hit you. But all right, we're gonna head back towards my side of the world where it seems to be a bit cleaner at. I just heard something else hit the hull. And it don't like this RPM. What is it at, 2,400? I mean, that's what I'm talking about floating around out here. That's a full tire. I've already wrecked one boat right underneath this bridge itself. Don't want to do another. But I guess it's better to skip over them than to slam into them, so let's get going. Follow the path this tanker took. Look, Ma, no hands. Holy f***. How's that for some bad looking shit to hit a hull at 50 mile an hour? Man, it's really bad out here considering it didn't rain that much, but I mean, I guess after everything sat around for a little while and got a little rain, it all washed down the hill out into the bay. I got something going on here and it don't look too good. I don't know if the camera's going to pick this up or not, but at the moment I can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's a log over here. 7, 8. 8 potential hull stabbers, all within visual sight, so they're not even laying flat. I can actually see them upwards, and I just had something wrapped around my prop. Of course, that's a brand new, never been touched before by human hands, so to speak. prop, and it's pissing me off a little bit. But like I said, I need to get back to my side. It wasn't like that over by me. It was just it's just out here in the channel, I guess. I don't know. It's bad. I mean, that's really bad. All right, let's get out of here. But in the process, I got the outdrive all the way up. You got the prop sticking out of the water, make sure there's nothing still stuck on it. And I get one boat that's fishing. He goes by me at about 50 feet. And I gotta say, he never even looked up at me. No wave, no hey, you know, what you doing? You all right over there? Nothing. Just, I don't know what it is today, but I then had a second boat go by me just a few minutes ago, and he's about 150 yards, 200 yards downriver here. And also, never waved, never saw if I needed assistance, never thought about even stopping and seeing what's going on. And it's pretty sad. I mean, I've towed people back for miles, and I mean miles. I mean, it's like, get out in the afternoon after a job or something and get out on the water, and it's 3, 4 o'clock in the afternoon, run across somebody and know, you know, it's a Tuesday afternoon at like 4:30 in the afternoon. This guy ain't gonna have nobody else come around. You know, you're obligated, man. You got to do it. It's just the way it is. And then hopefully one day when you're having that bad day, the favor gets returned. Well, I got to say lately, I don't think that favor would even get, even if I asked it, I don't know if it would get granted. I mean, it's a different world out here lately. And, I mean, I would never thought about buying a towboat package, you know, some kind of towboat, U.S. boat, whatever you want to call it. I ain't gonna endorse any of them, but I gotta be honest with you, I'm a little afraid people would just book off this water in the evening and see me sitting out here with the motor box open and on fire, and I don't think they'd ever come in and even see what's going on. Had 2 boats go by while I'm actually sitting over here. I'm broke down. I mean, I hit something and I wrapped something up in the prop. I mean, as I said earlier, with all these sticks all over the place, I could have easily wrapped up a log and had a bent blade and not been able to go anywhere. And neither one of these guys even hesitated. I mean, they just drove on by with their nose stuck in the air. I don't know what's going on. And the Fisher dude especially, I mean, he was like right next to me. So that was pretty weird, and but I've grown accustomed to it. I really have. So I mean, sadly, I would suggest that if you're in the same situation, you probably need to get yourself a U.S. towboat package, or have a friend that's willing to come out and get you. I mean, I don't know if you just saw that boat go past me, but I'm still sitting here right in the dead center in the middle of the channel. You can see I'm not fishing. Never even slowed down to look. I mean, I probably could have waved him over. I ain't going to give the guy a hard time. I don't know who he was. I don't know whether he was paying attention or not, but I mean, I probably could have waved him over if I had to, and maybe got a tow someplace. But I mean, you know, when I was a kid and I was growing up in Maine, I mean, if you saw anybody who didn't look like they normally should be, you know, traveling along or tied up to a dock somewhere, and you just saw them floating along, you would go over and say, hey, you all right? You give them a wave, you know, hey, how you doing? If they gave you a wave back, then it's kind of like a, you know, universal sign that, hey, I'm fine, no, go on with your business. I'm over here, you know, I don't know, whatever that was going on. But, you know, you knew that you may be the last boat to see this guy between Maine and England. So you always checked up on your fellow boaters. Out here on the bay, you don't get that courtesy very often. I mean, I give it. Like I said, if I find somebody drifting along and they're not doing nothing, I'll give them a wave and see what's going on. And I always give people a wave anyway, and half of them look like I'm crazy. But, you know, the wave is the acknowledgement that, hey, I'm over here, you're over there, you see me, I see you. So if you're not waving back at boaters, you need to wave back at some boaters. Uh-oh, I gotta go chase the boat. she's got, Captain? I don't know, I guess twin motors has got me. Alright, I don't feel so bad about getting beat by a boat like this. Good God. I'll put you on my YouTube channel.
What's that?
72. Well, it's got a little bit of motor behind it too, though. That's badass, man. I like that. Cool. Well, lifers, these are the gentlemen that beat me. And this is the fountain that just dragged my ass all the way from the Key Bridge. So I don't feel so bad. We're gonna head up to this bar up here. Not a bad bar, except for maybe the disco. Well, that's a nice way to end the evening. Some munchies, a couple Nectar of the Gods sodas. Yeah, I'm out by myself, so I don't have any designated drivers, so I had to be good. But now it's time to go home and give the 19 a good rinse and call it an evening. God damn, there's a lot of beers in these boats. Pretty wild. Take me home. Man, they must have batteries in that fountain. They got the radio going the whole time. Probably been up there for about an hour. Cool little fountain though. Like I said, I don't mind getting beat by twin 496s apparently. But you know, I can't be the fastest on the bay, that's for sure. Unless I want a nice, thin, long, badass boat, but a nice, thin, long, badass boat won't fit in my driveway. So we'll just admire this from a distance. All right, back to me. Let's get this dog started and get the hell out of here. Okay, here we are back safely in Shantytown. Got a little dark out, as you can see. So we are not going to show you putting the boat away. I've got to say that, you know, here I was out there literally on the water, pitching about, you know, other boaters being asses basically. And here I go chase down that fountain, and I knew I couldn't beat him. I mean, honestly, I got one 496 in a boat that probably weighs as much as an aircraft carrier. He's got a fountain, which is about 3 feet wide and about 30 feet long. Twin 496s. So yeah, he spanked my ass, but you know, he showed him, you know, he made sure he showed us a little respect about doing it too. I mean, he had to put them throttles to the firewall to get past us. I was just looking at my camera here, my little Canon Elf, and somehow I got a big dent in it. I'll tell you, this Canon, oh wow, what a great camera. Get you to stand up and I can talk to you. We're recording. Alright, we're recording. Why are you spinning? You know, I mean, like I said, let's cut out that, like I said.